Epic round of 16 clash. Eala battles Greet Minnen in Belgium at Suzhou Tennis 125 Open. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Suzhou, a city where canals glisten under the moonlight and ancient bridges whisper stories of dynasties, was now the stage for a different kind of battle. The Suzhou 125 Open had grown into more than just a tennis tournament. It was a proving ground for warriors of the court, where seasoned professionals and hungry young talents collided. Among them stood Alexandra Eala, the pride of the Philippines, a girl of 19 who carried with her not only the power of her racket, but also the weight of her nation's dreams. She wasn't just here to play. She was here to prove that Asia's heart had the strength to beat in rhythm with the world's greatest tennis stages. But fate had drawn her against a formidable opponent, Greet Minnen, the Belgian force. At 27, Minnen was no stranger to these courts, known for her resilience, precision, and the mental toughness forged through years on the circuit. She was taller, more experienced, and unflinching under pressure. It wasn't just a tennis match. It was youth versus experience, fire versus composure, dream versus reality. The atmosphere builds. From the early hours of the day, the Suzhou crowd buzzed with anticipation. Students from universities poured into stands. Families waved Filipino flags alongside Belgian tricolors. And photographers adjusted their lenses, knowing this clash promised moments that would glitter in tomorrow's headlines. The Suzhou Tennis Center, with its blend of modern architecture and traditional Chinese motifs, felt alive. Red lanterns swayed gently in the autumn wind, while the giant scoreboard pulsed with anticipation. As the announcer's voice echoed, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court from the Philippines, Eala." A wave of cheers erupted. Alex jogged onto the court in her bright kit, her ponytail swaying like a warrior's banner. She looked determined, but her eyes carried that mix of nerves and excitement that only true competitors know. Moments later, and her opponent from Belgium, Greet Minnen. Minnen entered with measured steps, exuding quiet authority. She didn't seek applause. She commanded respect. Her calm expression hid a storm of strategy brewing in her mind. The first set, a storm awakens. The opening rally set the tone. Alex's explosive forehand ripped across the baseline, only for Minnen to counter with a perfectly timed backhand slice. Back and forth they went, testing reflexes, nerves, and stamina. At 1-1, Alex broke early with a scorching return winner that sent the Filipino fans roaring. She raised her fist, shouting "Come on!" with fire in her eyes. But Minnen was unshaken. Like a chess master, she adjusted, lengthening rallies, drawing Alex into uncomfortable net exchanges, and punishing short balls. Within minutes, the Belgian turned the tables, breaking back and holding serve with surgical precision. At 4-4, tension thickened. Each point became a battle, each rally a war. Alex unleashed her signature cross-court forehand, forcing errors. Minnen retaliated with her tall frame advantage, serving with power and follow-ups that pinned Alex deep. The crowd gasped at the artistry on display. A delicate drop shot from Alex, a thunderous overhead smash from Minnen, a 20-shot rally ending with a line-clipping winner. Finally, Minnen edged the first set 7-5, raising her finger in calm acknowledgement. Alex walked to her chair, towel over her shoulders, head tilted down but not broken. She whispered to herself, "One set doesn't decide my story." The second set, heart of a warrior. Coach Daniel, sitting courtside, motioned with his hands. "Patience. Construct. Don't rush." Alex nodded. The second set began, and the transformation was immediate. She slowed the tempo, built points with discipline, and trusted her instincts. At 2-1, Alex produced magic, a running forehand passing shot that curved like poetry down the line. The stadium erupted. Even Minnen turned with a half-smile, as if to acknowledge brilliance. Fueled by momentum, Alex broke serve twice, racing to a 5-2 lead. Sweat dripped, lungs burned, but her spirit only soared higher. On set point, Alex sent a high kick serve wide, followed by a blistering inside-out forehand that Minnen couldn't touch. Game, set, Eala. One set all. The crowd roared. Filipino flags waved like fire in the night. Children screamed her name. Somewhere in the stands, a group of students began chanting, Eala, Eala, Eala. Alex clenched her fist, her eyes fierce as if she had unlocked another level within herself. The decider, where legends are forged. The third set wasn't tennis. It was combat. Every serve, every strike, every grunt echoed like drum beats in the battlefield. Neither player gave an inch. Alex's explosive youth collided with Minnen's hardened experience, and the scoreboard reflected the tug of war. 2-2, 3-3, 4-4. By now, the players were drenched in sweat, their shoes squeaking with each desperate slide. Alex's legs screamed, but her heart shouted louder. She remembered her journey, the hours in Rafael Nadal's academy, the sacrifices of leaving home, the dreams of millions who believed in her. At 5-5, Minnen had a break point. The Belgian ripped a return that seemed destined for victory. But Alex, in a split second of defiance, lunged, stretched her racket, and sent back a miraculous lob that floated, and finally dropped inside the baseline. The crowd erupted in disbelief. Even commentators declared, "That's the shot of the tournament." Minnen tapped her racket in acknowledgement, but tightened her focus. The match spiraled into a deciding tiebreak. Every rally felt eternal, every cheer deafening. At 5-5 in the breaker, Alex struck a blistering backhand winner that landed just inches from the line. She was 1 point away. Match point. The world held its breath. Alex tossed the ball high, delivered a wide-angled serve. Minnen stretched, returned deep. The rally began. Forehand to backhand, backhand to forehand. Each shot braver than the last. Then Alex saw her chance. She stepped in, unleashed her full weight behind a forehand, and the ball screamed down the line, clipping the edge. Winner. Game. Set. Match. Alex Eala. The aftermath. Alex fell to her knees, tears streaming, overwhelmed by the victory. The crowd gave her a standing ovation, not just for winning, but for fighting with heart, courage, and artistry. Minnen walked over, gracious in defeat, and hugged the young star. "You have a future," she whispered. Alex looked up at the sky, whispering, "Parece Pilipinas." Reporters crowded in, cameras flashed, and questions rained down. How does it feel to beat such an experienced player? What's next for you in this tournament? But Alex's answer was simple. Somewhere in the city, a little girl holding a tennis racket watched Alex's highlights on her phone, her eyes glowing with inspiration, because this wasn't just a match. It was a symbol, a battle of spirit, a reminder that dreams, no matter how young or small, can rise and conquer giants. And as the Suzhou 125 Open moved forward, the story of Alex Eala versus Greet Minnen would echo in the hearts of all who witnessed it. An epic round of 16 clash that transcended the lines of court and touched the very essence of human will. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.